It is 5 minutes before the hour. Cass Curtis joins us, and Cass is an intern with the Chamber of Commerce in Sylacauga during the summer months. And Cass, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale. How are you?
I'm well, and I know you guys had a busy day yesterday at East Alabama.
We did. We went to the East Alabama Regional Planning and Development meeting, and you always learn more about planning, and you know that's what I'm a stickler about. That we got to plan for the future.
Why are so many towns like Sylacauga, Alabama, strong with their Chamber of Commerce? What does that mean to a community?
Well, I think in a community like Sylacauga, you know, we have to have someone going out trying to get new businesses, promote the businesses we have here. You know, we all, lots of times you hear people complaining about what's not in Sylacauga, but there's a lot here, you know, and it's easy to complain, but it's it can be a whole lot easier to tell what you have here. So lots of exciting things.
Rick Riley, one of the newest members there.
Right. Rick came in, I guess, about a week ago and wanted to join. So Rick Riley Fitness is what it's called. You can go to rickrileyfitness.com. He does personal training.
You think you could do anything with this?
I'm not going to say.
It'll be a challenge, I'm sure. But we have, you know, Rick is a new chamber member, and you have a diverse group of men and women in businesses, large and small, that are chamber members.
Right, lots of people. I mean, you know, you would be surprised, even individuals that aren't business owners that are members of the chamber and just want to stay involved. There's lots to offer. There's, you know, lots that you're open to when you become a chamber member.
So Rick is a personal trainer, kind of, sort of?
He is.
Okay. Tomorrow, I know you'll be there. It is tomato sandwich day at the farmer's market. You know, you get the juice of those tomatoes running down your elbows and stuff. That was very popular last year here.
Well, you know, it's terrible. I'm not a big tomato fan, so I like fried green tomatoes.
Are you an American?
I know. But I'm not a huge tomato fan, but I do. The farmer's market, you know, they've got lots going on, so that's tomorrow, starting at 7:30.
7:30, yeah. Right. And it was a huge crowd there last year, and I'm sure it will be this year, probably earlier in the day due to the heat. But you know, you got some local businesses that provide the bread and local growers of the tomatoes and stuff like that. So it's a community type event.
Oh, right. Lots of, you know, and like you said, there was a big crowd last year, and the farmer's market is actually open every Friday. Yeah. So throughout the summer months, and every time I ride by or stop by, there's always a good crowd of people.
Yeah. Political season is here. Qualifying for local offices starting early July, doesn't it?
Right. July 3rd it starts in July 3rd, and qualifying ends at 5 p.m. on July 17th. So lots of exciting things. I think I heard yesterday we have 13 candidates for mayor and council combined. So it's going to be a heated race. You know, I'm all about that.
Of course, council races in Childersburg, and mayor race in Childersburg as well, and other cities and towns also. Qualifying dates, and the end of qualifying is what date now?
July 17th.
Okay, so if you're going to decide, you got to have it done by the end, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
And the election is August 28th?
Yes.
Okay. One of the gems in our community sits right off Highway 280 down in Fayetteville. That's Farm Links.
Yes, it is. And I have the privilege of working there when I'm not at the chamber. I work 2 days at the chamber. Man. I love it. So, you know, always new people coming down, but they're doing a special for July the 4th. It's called 4 for 400. So it's the whole package deal: lunch, snacks, drinks, golf, all day for $100 a piece if you bring a foursome there. So it's a really good deal, and you know, it'll be packed. So
people know that folks come from far and wide to play at Farm Links.
Right. You know, I don't think people around here understand. We recently did a segment with Fox 6 at the chamber, and it was titled "All in a Day's Drive," and it will be coming out here soon. But one of the things that I don't think people understand is what we have here in Sylacauga. You know, if you were born here, raised here, or if you've just been here for a while, you don't understand. You know, you really don't, I guess, understand how important some of these and how different the things we have in Sylacauga are.
It is true. oftentimes we as citizens of a town, whatever it is, wherever it is, we kind of look at another town and say, well, look what they've got.
Right, you're exactly right. And you know, we did that, and in just one day we focused on the marble quarries. You know, obviously we have some of the widest marble in the world, and also farm links, and that's the world's only research and demonstration golf course. I mean, it's all right here, you know, so it's a lot going on.
The severe weather sales tax is upon us, and this is a different sales tax break than what we'll get a little bit later on.
Right, right. This is July 6th through the 8th, and this is just focusing on items such as generators, flashlights, plywood, all kinds of wood. So, you know, and it really helps out. You know, I've been here before because of the storm, so I really appreciate the governor's office, all the people down in Montgomery, and also the city for adopting this and making it a part of.
You were, of course, a part of the tornado outbreak that hit Tuscaloosa. Were you prepared? Did you have a flashlight, or did you have time to think, well, let me get my flashlight, or that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, those are the type things, you know, I can't even remember if I had a flashlight or not, but, you know, you do need to be prepared. Yeah. And I think on that day, it reminded all of us that, you know, no matter how bad we want to be in a tornado or not, you know, you better be ready for one.
Yeah.
So
Chamber Coffee coming up real soon too.
Yes, sir. It will be on July 11th at 10 a.m. and we are celebrating DEC Fire and Restoration. They're a new member at the chamber, so stop by Raspberry Bakery and have some coffee with us and some snacks. We'd love to see you.
Okay. Now, Cass Curtis, who is an intern with the Chamber of Commerce in Sylacauga, with us for a few more minutes. Many of you know Cass. I love your buzz cut, by the way, sir.
Thank you.
Where does Cass Curtis want to be in 10 years from now?
Well, you know, I think about this often, and I think that that's one of the things that why I want to be so involved in Sylacauga now, because we've got to make Sylacauga open and accessible and have jobs waiting for students to come back from college or learning a trade or whatever they do. So I would love to be back in Sylacauga. Now, I think that, you know, we have got to work on that every day to try to, and that's one of my goals this summer, is to try to implement some stuff that can do that for people, but I'd love to be right here. Where would you like to be in 10 years?
Breathing. Breathing, just let me breathe. You were active in now Governor Bentley's gubernatorial campaign. Right. Assess his performance to this date.
You know, I mean, I think there's some things that Governor Bentley probably was in a tough situation about. He's a real stickler about following, you know, following budgets, having a balanced budget, and he's not going to up taxes. So, Jimmy Dale, I mean, it's really, you can't provide more services with less money. So, you know, I would give 1 to 10, I'd give him a 10. You know, I'm going to support him just as much as I did the last time. Great guy, and I really am honored.
We have other young men and young ladies who are making a difference in different levels of leadership in our community and our state, such as Cass Curtis. Josh Blades comes to mind.
Right.
You know, Josh he's done a fantastic job working in Montgomery now.
Yeah, Josh, he was the deputy chief of staff for Governor Riley, and Governor Riley, when he became out of office, he became the chief of staff for Speaker Mike Hubbard. So Josh has got a big boy job now, and you know, I joke with him when I'm in Montgomery about it, but you know, Josh is really, we're fortunate. I mean, I'm glad to walk around Montgomery and say, you know, I'm from the same town as Josh Blades, so he's a great guy.
Former police chief in Sylacauga, Louis Zook, now heading up the law enforcement in some area down in Montgomery too.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's so much. I think that in Sylacauga, like I said, we have so much to offer, and you know, the school systems are building future leaders, and our government is building leaders. So it's a great place.
Do you see yourself in seasons to come as being more of a candidate for different positions in our town, or do you think that's something that you'd like to look at in a support area, or what? You
know, I'm not sure. You know, I'm not going to run until I can absolutely do the 100% best job that I can possibly do, and I'm not saying that I couldn't do the best I think I could do now, but you know, if I can't do something top notch and truly change something, I don't want to do it. And, you know, maybe that's not my place in life. You know, I'm an advocate for certain things, and, you know, I get all worked. I'll go to the council meetings. I get worked up about certain situations, and, you know, when you're in that position, Jimmy Dale, you can't be as active as you are when you're not. So, you know, who knows what the future holds, but.
We know your future includes headed back to school.
I am. In a few weeks, I'll be headed back to school. So, you know, you might not see me as often, but I'll still be around.
When you are outside of Sylacauga and you're introduced to someone and you say, hey, I'm Cass Curtis from Sylacauga, Alabama, what do you want that to portray to people?
You know, I want people to know what Sylacauga is. I think I want to keep it, in my mind, my vision is to keep Sylacauga, the small town Sylacauga that we all love, but at the same time, promoting Sylacauga in a way that no other city in Alabama or the South is promoted. You know, if I remember back, and this is before my time, or early in my years, but Sylacauga's motto is the best kept secret in Alabama. And I think that still sticks in today, that, you know, I do want to keep it a small town, but at the same time, we've got to promote to grow businesses in Sylacauga, and we can still prosper and we can grow and be a small town at the same time.
You mentioned earlier about the project that the Chamber of Commerce showcasing Sylacauga is doing with Fox 6, and it is true that you squelched the rumor of me leaving 47 for Fox 6 during that time, right?
Well, actually, they told me that Rick Journey.
That's right.
Is about this is all true, and he's stepping down to do political consulting. I threw your name in the hat, so
it was probably thrown right out of the hat.
I sure hope Vince isn't watching.
Oh, Cass Curtis, our guest. Cass is an intern with the Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce this summer. And Cass, we've had a lot of great things that take place in our city just in the last year with promotions and events. And Sylacauga continues to grow, continues to make efforts to be on the cutting edge of making a difference in our community.
You're right. I think that there's, you know, I get excited about when young blood or when people that have not been involved in the past, they decide to get involved. And I think that it's, you know, it's important to me because they're showing a way of giving back. So, you know, Sylacauga's given so much to them, now it's time for them to give back. So there's lots of exciting things, and you say cutting edge, you know, it's as simple as I think what Hunter and the people here at TV 47 are doing with social media and everything. I talked to them coming in and stuff like that. I mean, it's exciting, and we've got to do that to put ourselves on the next level to continue to grow.
I was talking yesterday about Greg Funderburg. Greg Funderburg came to work with me at TV6, and he interned there and went on to different areas, and now he's an anchor at a affiliate in South Carolina, and he's here in Sylacauga visiting this weekend, so I want to say good morning to him. Another young lady who interned here is at Montevallo. She is now a reporter with the TV news agency in Louisiana. So you always like to see young people grow and make something of themselves and remember where they came from.
You're right. You're exactly right. And I think that Sylacauga, like I go back to saying, they're doing such a good job. Like this, like what you did to mentor them, and so many other people in Sylacauga are. We've got to push it to where we have something to give back to them when they do go to school, so we can get them back in this community.
Yeah, I just hope they remember me when they get the big bucks. Cass Curtis, always a pleasure, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
Cass, of course, interning with the Chamber of Commerce. You can go to their website and find out all the happenings with the Chamber of Commerce in Sylacauga. We've got more to do on Daybreak right after you watch this.